Hey, what's up, people? This is Papa Bale. Welcome to the channel. What we're looking at here is pulse motor 01. And what it does is it moves. Right now, that's all it does is move. There's a trigger strand in each one of these coils, so it'll trigger all three of its transistors. So there's 6 transistors total, two trigger strands, 6 transistors. There's a 22 gauge, a 26 gauge, and a 30 gauge hooked up to those transistors for each coil. We're going to give it a little spin. 5 volts in. It's got a nice squeak to it. But with just those 3 strands, it takes quite a while for it to build up any speed. And we're chewing almost a whole amp. 0.8 amps. Starting to speed up a little bit. 0.9 amps. Pretty neat. I think that's all. That's how they with the trigger strand inside the drive coils, you're going to pull a lot more amps than you do with the trigger strand outside of the drive coils. And you'll get the same amount of speed as, like, either way, you might even get more speed with them being outside of the drive coils instead of in. But there, I thought I should give a demonstration. Alright, I'm going to come back. I'm going to put cores in these and I'll be right back. And we're back. And we have a core in each now. They're made out of a plastic tube with iron filing. So they're just iron and maybe some black sand or some kind of sand. But a large percentage of iron. So I'm going to put 5 volts in. Yeah, I don't know about how I'm supposed to hold this thing now. Here, let's try this. Alright, that core over here looks a little too close. And that's about 5.55 volts. About the same amount of amps is being drawn. So the cores didn't change the amount of amps. Well, normally it would, I think. But I think that's moving a little bit better. Maybe. Alright. Next, we're going to show you what it looks like with the trigger coils outside in comparison to inside. Alright, so with that, I'll be right back. Thank you. Hello, and we're back. And here is external coils with the same hookup of 22, 26, and 30. Here we go. 5 volts in. Here we go. See if we can notice a difference like right off the bat. Oh my god, yeah, dude, that is way more speed already. Oh, and an increase in speed when I said that. Awesome. The timing is way better with the coils on the outside, but that leaves a free wire inside these drive coils that I'm going to hook up to the drive. So that'll be a 32 gauge strand, and we add to a 22, 26, 30, and then the 32. That'll be awesome. And I'm going to do that real quick. I'll get right back to you. Hold on just a moment. And here we are with the 2 trigger strands in the drive coils hooked into the drive with our external trigger coils. And here we go, 5 volts in. Let's see what happens. You be the judge. Wow, isn't that fast? You didn't even see it move. Oh my god, here we go. Can't wait till that paint dries. Wow, nice and smooth. It's gonna start picking up speed anytime now. Here we go. This is 5 volts in, and you know how we had like almost an amp, or maybe over an amp, with 5 volts in on the other setup, with the trigger coils inside the drive, right? That's how much we're pulling right now. And that's how fast it's going. It's awesome. Just imagine what a 100 milliamps would do. There we go. Oh, we're almost pulled 100 milliamps. 6.35. So like 5.5, this is 5.5 after the hump, I like to call it. It gets real quiet after the hump. You think it died, but it didn't. Once it drops like below a certain like speed, I think it does. So I'm going to put up to 10, we'll see what happens. .2 amps in 10 volts. So I'd say that's about 5 watts. Oh, there we go. Sweet. That's awesome. Go 15. The only reason I can even do this is because the amps are so low. Seriously. So it's like, you can't do this with the other setups because the amps are so high. And it doesn't even have close to the same outcome. This is with the 32 gauge trigger strands hooked into the drive and the trigger coils removed from the drive. This is awesome. This is awesome. So yeah, it's drawing amps. It doesn't need, I don't think, I mean, it needs current, obviously, but I mean, it doesn't need a whole bunch of it by any means. And I think the longer the strand, the longer the wire, the less amps are going to be needed. So if you have a strand of, say, 14 gauge wire, lots of amps are going to be going through that thing, right? But if you have, like a 50 turn 40 gauge wire and a 2000 turn 40 gauge wire, you're going to get more amps going through the short one than the long one, right? Just because there's more stuff there to resist. To put up a resistance. There is more there to do such a thing. From molecule density to, other more simple things. Anyway, me personally, I think this is the best way out of the 3 that I've showed you. Maybe 4, I'm not quite sure exactly how many different ways I've showed this to you, but I think this is the best way. But thank you very much. Peace out. Have a good night. Please subscribe. Bye now.